Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. This video is all about single opt-in versus double opt-in. Specifically, you're going to learn what the right approach is for you in growing your email list and ultimately growing your business online. Because the truth is that it's not a one-size-fits-all type scenario. And in fact, my wife and I operate differently. I run a double opt-in list while she runs a single opt-in list. And there's specific reasons for that. And that's what you're going to learn here, so you know what the right ultimate approach is for you. Before we jump into which one, let's talk about what this is, okay? So growing your email list, the user needs to give you their email in exchange for your lead magnet. Then the question is, do they automatically go on your list and go into your follow-up sequence in that moment, or that single opt-in, or do you require an extra confirmation step where they actually have to go to their email, they open up a confirmation email, they click a link, and you're getting a double opt-in confirmation? So that's the difference, okay? Now, you are clearly going to grow your list more slowly with a double opt-in, but that's not necessarily a problem. And there's a lot of marketers who rally behind the idea of small lists of hyper-targeted people are way more valuable than large lists of non-relevant individuals. This is why I could use a tool and go scrape millions of email addresses from websites, and that list would be worth nothing to me because there's no relationship. These people don't know me. My deliverability would be terrible and I would go right to the spam box. Whereas when my list was only 3,500 subscribers, very small list in my space, I actually won an affiliate competition. I did over $30,000 in revenue in 1 week with 3 emails and 1 video. And I sold people who have lists of 100 and 120,000 and greater. And the reason is because it's more about the relationship you have with the subscribers on your list than it is the size of your list. The size of the list is absolutely a vanity metric. With that said, the other key reason why I'm running a double opt-in list is the niche that I'm in. So in the world of digital marketing and entrepreneurship, it's very common for me to be talking about cash flow, income, profits, making money, return on investment, and all of those phrases are really, really close to spam traps, okay? Those are the types of phrases that when flagged by Gmail, my emails will go over into the promotions tab. And if enough people click report as spam, I'm gonna really ruin my deliverability. And the fact that the niche that I'm operating within has a lot of people all pushing webinars and overhyped get-rich-quick things, my emails may be perceived as overly promotional, and people might be more willing to hit the report as spam on my content than someone who's potentially in the cooking space. So the other niches where this becomes a problem is anything that has to do with finances, personal finance, making money, whether it's investing, whether it's Forex, whether it's making money online, digital marketing, etc. So that was one of the big considerations. And also, my list was brand new. When you're just getting started, a lot of times certain mailing tools, autoresponders, will not actually let you run double opt-in until you've proven that you're a trustworthy sender, because they're fearful you're just going to go upload a list of random people and start spamming them, essentially, right? Sending emails that are unsolicited, as if you didn't get that kind of the confirmation that you could actually email them. So a lot of them, if you're brand new, they're just going to prevent you flat out from going to a single opt-in list, and they're going to force you to go with a double opt-in list until you prove yourself as a reliable sender who doesn't have huge amounts of spam complaints. So I really want to position the single opt-in as a great option for people who are new to email marketing. It's a great option for anyone who talks about anything in the world of earning income, of growing a business, of profits, of return on investments, etc. Because what's going to happen is you're going to make sure that you're focusing your message on those individuals who are most interested in what you have. And really, truly, great marketing is more sometimes about making sure the wrong people don't get your message as it is about making sure that the right people do indeed get your message. I love the idea that I learned from Dan Kennedy about putting obstacle courses in front of people. So I get asked by friends and family, hey Miles, can you help? I got an idea. I want to run by you. And a lot of times people are hoping that I run with their ideas. And I always put obstacle courses in front of people. And I make them go do this and then that and then this and then that. And if they get all of those things done, then come back and talk to me. And I happily will lay out those next steps. What happens? People who aren't serious don't make it through the obstacle courses. And when you have someone who has just given you their email address in exchange for that free thing, if they're not willing to go to their email and confirm and then go download your thing, did they really, really want it? And if they didn't really, really want it, or did they really trust you? And if they didn't really trust you, do you actually want them on your list anyways? The answer for me is simple. It's a no, I don't. I want a smaller list. It's less expensive to maintain, but most importantly, I'm going to get the best deliverability. I'm shooting to have that list of just those core people who want to hear every message that I have. I make it really easy for people to unsubscribe from my list as well, because again, it's about getting the right people. Now, with that said, on the other side of the paradigm, my wife is not in the make money or the marketing space at all. She's in a niche in the world of spirituality. And ultimately in this space and a lot of other spaces, whether it's fitness, whether it's kind of the world of spirituality, it could be cooking, it could be hobby based, whether it's golf or bowling or golf or whatever it is, repeated golf, obviously. When you're in those kind of language patterns, it's very rare that the words you use in emails are going to get you into the spam filters and into the promotion filters, because the jargon of the niche isn't such that it's kind of controversial in the eyes of Google, right? So you're not saying profits, you're not saying return on investments or cash flow or grow your business in those types of emails. So the ability for you to get your emails delivered, right? The deliverability potential of those niches is often greater, So that's the first thing. Second thing is we are running a lot of paid traffic, and I want to make sure that the paid traffic we are sending our content and our messages to, number one, I want to make sure that they see my one-time offer. And you can definitely show people your one-time offer whether you're doing a double opt-in or a single opt-in. But on my double opt-in list, when they go to that second page, I'm just putting up a message that says, great, I've received your request. Now you have to go confirm your email if you actually want to get the free course. That's my process. So I am reminding them visibly that the next step is to go confirm their email, because I do want the right people onto my list, which means I'm missing an opportunity to display a one-time offer where I'm giving them a special chance to purchase something. But since we're buying traffic on my wife's brand, we want to make sure we're displaying that one-time offer. And I want to make sure as many people as possible are seeing our follow-up sequence. This follow-up sequence has been refined over the course of 10 plus years now, and it has a very high conversion rate. It's very profitable for us to make sure more people do see this. But here's what I have going on. Even though we're running single opt-in, I have multiple automations running in the background. I didn't set this stuff up. I hired Dave from IntegratePro.com, he runs all of my deep integration stuff. He costs thousands of dollars per month because he's an absolute pro at marketing automation. So if you're thinking about reaching out to him, make sure you're earning 5, 10, 15 grand a month and you have the ability to afford someone of that kind of caliber. But what we do is we are monitoring. If they opt in and they go all 7 days, it's either 7 or 10 days, and they don't open and they don't click, this is a warning flag, right? They just opted in for something and now they've disappeared. So we run a save the subscriber sequence that has some very proven high open rate email subject lines and high click-through rate body copy. And if they don't open and take action on those, I scrub them from my list. And then at any point in the cycle, whether we go, I believe it's set to 45 days, it's either 45 or 60 days. If they go 45 days or 60 days without opening an email, then we remove them from our list after sending them through that last save the subscriber sequence. It's the same save the subscriber sequence. It's 3 emails that come out 3 days in a row, and they have very, very enticing and curiosity inducing emails. Because here's what happens sometimes. People change email addresses. Did you ever have an AOL address that you don't use anymore? Or do you have a Yahoo address that you don't use anymore? Maybe now you're a Gmail or a Google Mail type person. Maybe you're on Proton Mail because you care about security, and you have these other email addresses that you don't actually open anymore. Well, here's what's going on. Those mail providers are monitoring this. And when they see emailers like me sending an email to a dead email box, How does Yahoo know that email box is dead? Yahoo can tell that person has not opened their email box for 5 years. And if I'm still emailing that every single day, it kills my deliverability for every other email I'm sending to an @Yahoo address. Same with AOL, same with Google, because the truth is people move on. These are called spam traps or honeypots, I believe is actually what they're called. If honey traps, I think they're called honeypots, is what they're called if you want to look into this more. But the idea is that all of these email box companies are monitoring who is blatantly sending email after email after email to people who aren't even opening their inboxes. And then they look at that sender, they look at the IP address it comes from, and they're dinging these individuals for the deliverability across all of those Yahoo or Gmail people. So you want to scrub your list, especially true if you're actually running a single opt-in list. In fact, I think you need to have a very early scrub date, and then obviously you need to have an ongoing scrubbing system in place to make sure that every 60 days or 90 days or 45 days or whatever it is for your business, if they're not opening, if they're not engaged, if they're not there anymore, you need to get them off the list so your messages have a higher likelihood of reaching the people who are indeed opening your emails. And really, I just put that big filter up at the very front. That's what a double opt-in list does, is I add the obstacle course in the beginning to, number one, make sure I'm only speaking with people who are willing to take some sort of action. Because if you're not willing to go double subscribe or confirm your subscription, what are the odds you're actually going to follow through and build a real business online? They're pretty slim, and I just don't have any time or desire to talk with people who aren't willing to do the work, right? But then again, those people who do take those actions and they do show up and they do open their emails, those are my kinds of people, and those are the individuals who I do want to talk with. When you're running a larger brand that has maybe a broader focus or a broader appeal to a larger segment, and you're paying for traffic and you want to maximize that ROI, and you're not sending a lot of emails that have the potential of having those words in there that can get you caught up in the spam filters and in those kind of promotions tab filters, then it can be a decent time to run a single opt-in list. I've had one marketer friend who says, if you want to make money online, you run a single opt-in list, and that's just the way it is, because the more email subscribers, the more messages, the more offers, and the more money that you make. But within that world, it can go against you, because if you're not cleaning your list, if you're getting a bad reputation as an emailer, it will affect you across your entire list, not just that individual. So if you're just getting started, double opt-in is absolutely great. If you're a seasoned pro and you have marketing automation help, or you are a marketing automation ninja on your own, you can do that single opt-in. But my wife and I grew her list to the first 100,000 or so running it as a double opt-in. It wasn't until we really reinvested in some of this stuff and started to scale our cold traffic through paid ads that we decided to go with a single opt-in for her. And I'm happy as a lark with small lists, because I really do believe, and I subscribe to the philosophy that I just want to talk to my true 1,000 fans. Okay, that's my goal. My whole business model, 115, 20,000 subscribers here. I got about 12,000 people on my email list, and I got about 500 members inside of my inner circle right now. And that's really what I'm filtering out, is of all the people on YouTube, then my subscribers, then my email subscribers, and who wants to join my inner circle so I can help them build a real business. Because the truth is, 99.8% of people on YouTube are never going to build $1 million business online. I'm just filtering out to those ones who are. And if you're not willing to double confirm and double opt in and confirm your email address, the odds of you actually taking all the actions pretty slim. And when you take that approach, you can move forward and realize it's a helpful filter to make sure you're only talking with those ambitious people, the doers, the ones in your niche who are willing to do what it takes. They're not going to confirm their email. Would they really buy your product? Probably not, right? So that's the philosophy. I hope this has helped you understand. If you have questions for me, get at me in the comments below. If you want to see my opt-in, my process, go to milesbeckler.com/free-course. There will be an image of a book that shows up here on the end screen, and you can just click on that, and that will take you into my opt-in so you can get my emails and get my free course. And on that note, I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for your time. See you soon.